everyone, this is Christina from Sweet Pea Births. Today's question is, can I put sunscreen on my baby? Now, of course, we all are concerned, most of us anyway, are concerned about the sun and sun exposure with our infants. And I just want to be clear what we're talking about today. Infants being children under 6 months of age, babies over 6 months of age, you can apply sunscreen liberally. That comes information from the Mayo Clinic. So I'm just going to read you this excerpt from the consumer guide put out by the FDA called "Should You Put Sunscreen on Your Infants?" Not usually. The reason being this: baby skin is less mature compared to adults, and infants have a higher surface area to body weight ratio compared to older children and adults. So what this means is that both factors mean that an infant's exposure to chemicals and sunscreens may be much greater, increasing the risk of side effects from the sunscreen. So because obviously they're putting chemicals in sunscreens to prevent the skin from absorbing the UVA and UVB rays from the sun, children under 6 months of age just don't have the ability to process those, and the exposure to them is just much greater because the little skin is absorbing everything straight into the bloodstream. So the other thing I wanted to read here, about the FDA recommendations about when you use sunscreen on children who are 6 months of age or older. Use sunscreens with broad spectrum SPF 15 or higher. You want to limit sun exposure, especially between the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. when the sun rays are the strongest. Here in Arizona, we usually have the rule no sun until after 3 or 4 p.m. just because the sun is so strong where we are. You do want to wear something on the skin that's covered. So buy some sun protective clothing to cover any exposed skin if your children aren't playing in the pool. So our favorite company, and there's a comment in the comments down below, there's a link to the company we love, which is called Sun Precautions, and it puts out a fabulous product called Columbra, and we use that on all of our kids before they use sunscreen, and then after we also use that clothing for them. And then you also want to reapply sunscreen at least every 2 hours, more often if you're sweating or jumping in and out of the water. Now, which kind of sunscreen is safe to use? Parents these days are concerned, well, maybe I don't want to be using the straight over-the-counter stuff. What else can I buy? Now, I'm going to tell you our favorite products are these. These are the Balm products. And we typically carry 2 to 3 in our bag, so that way each of the kiddos can choose which one they want. So you can see here we have our, this one is a tangerine and vanilla. This one is a lightly scented lavender. And this one we like too. This one has anti-bug, so it has citronella and cedar. So depending on what you need, so we typically carry 2 to 3 in a bag because it lets the children choose. They never want to put sunscreen on, but at least if they make a choice, it makes it a little bit easier to swallow and put on some sunscreen. So I also, again, link in the comments, I'm going to put you a link to the EWG, their Environmental Working Group Guide to Sunscreens, to how to buy sunscreens for your children. And it gives you a list of the most safe, usually they do a top 10 list every summer of the safest sunscreens to buy. And this is also my notes that I want to share with you. There is something else. You do not have to, if you're exclusively breastfeeding your baby, you do not have to give them water. Your breast milk is made up of water. Let me see if 88% water. So you do not have to give your little ones anything else aside than your breast milk if you're exclusively breastfeeding. So again, link to more information from kellymom.com in the comments. So hopefully I answer that question, can you put sunscreen on your baby? And we'll see you next week. Bye.